You read the blogs. You save the pins. You watch the reels. And yet, planning your trip still feels impossible. Why is travel planning still so overwhelming, even after hours of research? You feel like you did your homework and still failed the test. You're not alone. I've been there. Dozens of tabs open, multiple Pinterest boards going, and somehow, no real plan. Most people think more research equals more clarity. But what if that's actually what's keeping you stuck? Hey, I'm Teresa from An Acre in the City, and I've been to all 50 states and visited over 80% of the National Park Service sites. And here's what I've learned. The secret isn't more research. It's about having a repeatable planning system that makes the decisions for you. So if you read all the blogs and still feel lost, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll finally know why travel planning feels so hard and what to do instead. You thought reading more blog posts would help, but it made it worse. Let's start with the Pinterest board problem. I had 40 pins, 6 itineraries, and 0 clarity. Sound familiar? At first, I thought the solution to my planning problem was more information. So I dove into blog posts, scrolled Pinterest boards, and bookmarked every reel I could find. But instead of getting clearer on where to go or what to prioritize, I was more confused than ever. I had an overwhelming list of options. Hikes, restaurants, hidden gems, but no idea how they fit together. And every time I added one more must-see to the list, it somehow got worse. I'd stare at my screen and think, okay, but where do I even start? The problem isn't the lack of ideas, it's the lack of framework to sort them. More info isn't the solution, but better organization is. Once I started plugging ideas into a map and template, it finally clicked. But what if the research itself is what's keeping you stuck? Reading more isn't making you feel better. It's making you doubt everything. I thought I could research my way to peace. Turns out, more tabs open meant more indecision. I thought if I had just read one more blog post, I'd finally feel ready. But every new article would just make me question the last one. Confidence doesn't come from content. It comes from decisions. And decisions don't happen when you're buried in research. They happen when you have a framework to sort through it all. That's why having a clear planning system is such a game changer. It doesn't just help you collect information, it helps you decide what matters and what doesn't. If you want to stop feeling paralyzed by too many options, hit subscribe. I share real tools that help real people get unstuck. Even your friend with 30 saved reels, she's stuck for the same reason. Inspiration isn't planning, and that confusion is stealing your vacation. I have a friend who's been dreaming about a big national park road trip for years. She saved reels, pinned dozens of blog posts, and has a notes app full of must-see spots. And yet, she still hasn't booked a single thing. Why? Because she has no idea where to start. Sound familiar? The problem isn't finding information. It's turning it into something that fits you, your timeline, your interests, your budget, and your energy level. You don't need more suggestions. You need a method to filter them, a way to separate the what's cool ideas from what's worth your time. That's exactly what my system is built to do. And the scariest part, even great blogs might lead you to waste your one big trip. Blog posts and personal recaps are not planning tools. One blog post said plan for 3 days. The other said 1 day. Which is right? They're all right for them, but you're planning your trip. Most blog posts are written as a personal recap. What worked for someone else, with their travel style, with their budget, and their timeline. The blog posts are great for inspiration, but they can't tell you exactly how your trip should look. You need a tool that turns recommendations into decisions that match your time, route, and priorities. That's where things like route planners, Google My Maps, and simple trip templates come in. They help you weigh the trade-offs, visualize your options, and design a trip that actually works, not just one that looked fun on somebody else's Instagram. Download my free list of 75 themed road trip ideas, perfect for narrowing down what excites you the most. You're not bad at planning, you've just never been taught how. But even once you've got the right system, there are still a few mistakes that can totally derail your trip. I've made them all. So click the video on your screen right now. I'll show you the 4 big road trip mistakes that can ruin your vacation and how to avoid them.